Hello and welcome to Plus One to Gaming. I'm Chris.
And I'm Eric.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Mark.
We are finally jumping back into the second session of our Tales of Aowa game, a minor issue. Bill, it has been a little while since we jumped into this deep, dark cavern. So do you want to give us a little recap of what we've missed?
Of course. So our band of heroes has been tasked by the Adventurers Guild and Bucky, their adventuring manager, to do a mandatory session of guard duty that each group that are part of what we call the Shield Council in the city, groups that assist with the defense of the city. On a rotational basis, they have to send somebody to guard this this area of the mines underneath the city that the miners accidentally broke through to, and I immediately forgot. It's not the Underdark because that is trademark. I forget what it was called. The Black Depths.
The
Black
Deep?
Depths.
The Black Depths.
The Black Depths.
TM.
But it's
It
basically
changes every session.
every time. But I believe it's the Black Depths. If not, it is now. Black Depths canon. And so to protect against like the denizens of the Black Depths until they can figure out a solution to permanently seal the access, there is a rotational duty of guards that just have to hang out here. You have one roving guard and one stationary guard by the entrance, and you're there for a week, and you just started. I think you've been here for we said 4 or 5 hours. You did a very slow and methodical sweep of the area that is known as Green 42 is like the code name for the mine section. And while doing that, you discovered a few things. I'll just highlight them just in case you don't remember. You found to the far east on the northern quarter, you saw the cave-in entrance to the Black Depths that have been sealed with a planned cave-in, but it's temporarily sealed. You found an open hole that you don't really know what it goes to. Sort of Lord Wizard Claus sent his familiar Fiona down there. You didn't really see anything. It doesn't look like it connects to any super huge cavern. You saw an underground stream, an entrance and an exit. Once again, Fiona went to explore that. Doesn't look like it links to any other, very large caverns that you can see, but you can only go 100 feet. And then you saw this weird section of mines that had some the yellow crystals that they didn't look like magical, but they were a little bit different. You don't recognize what they were. But you didn't have the tools to try to excavate them or pick them at the time. And that was basically it. Anybody have any questions, or are you guys ready to go?
I guess we kind of finished our routes and rejoined the NPCs. Could we get a reminder of their names?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, sure. So you have there's a short human named Cal. There is an elven female wizard, Esther. Yes, Esther, Jorgens, and Zahn. Zahn.
Oh, there's an H.
Yes.
What is the physical facial features of Zahn? Wizard Claus takes a look at his face.
He. What do you want?
Oh, show me a picture of. I want to confirm my suspicions of because you previously had mentioned who Zahn was based off of.
Okay.
Because you based everybody off the Queen of England.
I pressed the show player button. Can everybody see?
No.
Yes.
Nice.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Beautiful, man.
Beautiful Zahn.
Steely blue eyes.
Steely blue eyes yeah. So
Steve Zahn is who we're looking at, folks.
Steve Zahn is absolutely who Zahn is based off of. Because I wanted to have a good name. I saw Zahn. I'm like, well, he'll just be Steve Zahn.
Who else?
Because who else would he be? So he's Steve Zahn. So those are the three adventurers. So you have Zahn. He's from the Gorman Empire. You have Cal, who you don't really know much about, but he's very like excited and who wants to get out and adventure. He's very juvenile, young, maybe mischievous, and could seem to put himself in danger sometimes. You know, he wanted to be the patrol. He was sad that it was boring when everybody else was excited, when nothing has ever happened here. And then, of course, you have Esther, who's more pragmatic wizard, who's just, she is a guard for caravans. That's what all of them are. She's not an adventurer. She doesn't claim to be an adventurer. She does what she needs to do, and she goes home. She is very pragmatic.
So when we approach back in, they're just standing guard, sitting around the campfire.
Yeah, so
we had a little conversation, I think.
Yeah, so you scared Cal with Fiona the spider. Cal acted like he wasn't scared, but he was. He's kind of immature. Juvenile doesn't want to admit that he's scared of anything. They're especially Cal and Esther seem to be hanging around the fire, just relaxing, just getting settled in for the week-long boredom fest that they assume it's going to be. Zahn seems a lot more alert. You don't know if doing it just to put on a show or what, but he doesn't seem to be relaxing in the same way that they are, and he also seems very excited that there's nothing going on. You can tell that he really doesn't want to have to do anything crazy. If it goes uneventful, he would be very, very happy.
So we all first timers here on watch in the mines? Anyone done this patrol before?
Esther shakes her head. It's first time for me. But I'm used to sitting around a campfire, just stalling for time. It's what caravan guards are good for. Cal, you can see that he nods, and so does Zahn. I have not done some things like this at all. This is a first for me as well.
You'd think they'd send at least one veteran down with all the new blood, but perhaps that means it's just a quite easy week. Maybe we just sit here and stare at the fire.
That would be ideal. We are all professionals, so this is my first time in this place, but I've been guarding things for my entire career, so I think we'll be fine.
Yes, well, all that patrolling has made me tired. I'm going to take a little cat nap. And I think he crawls up next to the fire.
Okay. So you guys are going to take your break here? I mean, you have a lot of hours to go, and so I'm not going to go minute by minute. So just tell me generally what the plan is as you go.
So as far as plans go, while we're on patrol, perhaps we do a loop per hour or so. How often do you think one needs to take a look around? I'd rather not just sit and wait for sounds and investigate after the fact. Be a little proactive,
Yeah, at least then we can, get some activity, a little walk around.
Yes, exactly. I'd hate to be feeling cooped up for an entire week.
Yes, that sounds good. I don't know how long it took you to do the first circuit. I think it's about 2 to 3 hours. I think if it takes 2 hours to do it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we check twice a day, perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Although it's be a little difficult to track days down here. I don't assume there's any. The company doesn't have any way to keep track of time here at the camp.
Yeah, you do see on one of the tables there's like a big hourglass that you can assume is like a full day hourglass.
Aha.
That it's just it has been flipped over. Somebody already noticed it and they point to it and they said, I saw that. I assume it's for the counting the days to keep your mind straight. I plan on sleeping, then the sand gets to be halfway down, and that I'll do that every time, just so keep on some sort of straight rotation.
That's a very, very practical decision. You must have perhaps some military training where you're from.
Oh yes, very much so. I was part of one of the Gore defenders. So, is with my advanced age, my usefulness was waning. So I found other opportunities to use my skills.
No, yes, but a good warrior, even too old to fight on the battlefield, can pass along those lessons. That's quite valuable. It's
For sure. I have not outlived my usefulness just yet. I promise you this. So, is that like the rotation you guys are going to do? Have a set rotation where you take a nap and then talk me through the schedule. So you're gonna.
Yeah, I think we should look around twice a day maybe, because that would be pretty much a full day's work with a break in the middle to do 2-3 hour loops or whatever.
Mhm.
Although we'll probably do it faster next time until we find anything has changed.
Mhm.
So we did a lot of exploring, like sending your
Probing.
pets around and stuff.
I just adore walking these corridors. I don't mind doing loops anytime.
Well, they're staying at camp, we decided, right?
Yeah, so that's
And
their
then
job.
we were
is
going to
that-
patrol. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to patrol. I mean, you don't have to patrol at all times. They did recommend you patrol as much as you could, but that's not an unreasonable amount to, constantly be patrolling. But it is up to you. I mean, they are not going to know how much you patrol, so you guys can do whatever you want. So you did your first rotation. You guys are going to hang out here for a little bit, do another rotation, and then go to bed, basically, right?
Yeah, I would say loop, wait an hour or two for a lunch break, we'll call it. Loop, sleep.
Yes, we could also send 2 out at a time to walk while one of us rests.
Oh, that's a great idea. You could go much faster than I could. You'd have it done in half the time with your
Oh, with
fast
those
little cat legs.
Yes, with a little bit of magic, we both could.
Oh yeah, we could take that cat bus thing. Will that fit through these tunnels?
How wide are these tunnels?
The cat bus would definitely not fit. They're
Seems
not.
like nope, not dealing with that. No cat
No, I mean,
bus
like
on the underground.
mounted underground combat is
Oh,
not.
combat?
Oh, combat.
No one
What?
said anything. I was just talking about.
I thought we were just supposed to watch
Mounted
this empty
underground
cave.
movement, I should say, is not like.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, it's not like, especially with
get-
that.
We're gonna get this cat bus Winnie the Pooh stuck up in one of these tunnels.
It
Okay,
would not
here's
be
what I'll
good.
do. We'll cast the cat bus, and then I'll cast reduce to make it smaller, so it's a little
There we
pony.
go. A little
On all of
pony.
us.
Yeah,
little
so then and then
cat
reduce
bus.
on all of you also, or else you guys are just having this
Crushing
poor cat bus trying to 6-legged or 8-legged cat creature. Yeah, I mean, it would be more difficult. I'm not going to say you guys couldn't, but it would come with its own set of challenges. You guys can do whatever you want. But yeah, we will go. Let's just do the first day here. So you guys are hanging out. I don't want to. We can have some NPC discussion time if you want to ask any questions. You have plenty of time, so interrupt me. But you do your second rotation for the day. You walk around. It doesn't seem like anything has changed. I mean, I'm not going to make you guys physically move your pieces around. You guys know what everything looks like. You don't really see anything. Nothing has changed. The first time, I guess you roll me active perceptions. I shouldn't be using passive because you're actively looking. So everybody roll me an active perception. 21 for Zyzel.
Literally every time I have to roll a skill check, I forget that they're in alphabetical order.
They are absolutely in alphabetical order.
Every single time. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, how am I supposed to, how would anybody find this? It's so small.
So Lord Wizard calls. You're too
distracted.
distracted. You are absolutely distracted by. I don't know what are you distracted by?
I know exactly what he's distracted by. He wanted to go back and collect some of those crystal things that we were poking at before. He's come up with a solution to retrieve them.
Daydreaming.
Oh, so okay, so you just, but you're not discussing it with the party, but you have a solution. Okay, fair enough.
So does a perception check count as info? Rolling for information. For
What do
future
you mean?
reference.
oh, do
I
you
get
have
advantage on rolls for information regarding dwarves and mines.
if it was a perception check specifically about something here, like you're looking for creatures, so I wouldn't say that. But if you're doing a perception check to find like something out that's specifically dwarven, like you're looking to do a perception check to see where the dwarven like cutting things are, if there are any like secret
Okay.
dwarven doors, I'll give you advantage
Fair
on
enough.
that. But like, I would assume you guys are looking out for intruders or creatures or something that looks different. You're not looking.
I'm looking for whatever you'll tell me about.
Whatever the dice allow me to see.
I'll show.
I mean,
you.
it would have been it's.
If you
I got
see
a 10
secret
either
door-
way, so it's not that
Yeah,
great.
if you see a secret door, I'll let you know. If they
If
built a
anyone saw
secret
it,
door
it's
into this
sizable.
active mine, I will let you know. But yeah, that's you go around. You don't really see anything different. The stream is still there, slightly flowing. The hole, nothing seems to be coming up from that hole. The area to the east, that is the purposeful cave-in blockage, seems to be undisturbed. So after about, we'll just say cannon, even though it looks smaller, I didn't really draw it to scale just because having a giant map overloads the system.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, so it's definitely like over a mile to walk around. It's not this little short thing.
Gotcha.
And so it'll take
Nice.
you about 2 hours to do the loop. And you don't see anything. You get back, and at this
Well-
point, you see that Zahn is
Sorry,
he's
before
asleep. Yeah, sorry.
can we like do stuff before we finish the loot? Do we have
Oh,
an
of course,
opportunity
yeah.
to like jump in with some stuff?
Absolutely. In
Yeah, so just Wizard Claws casts a ritual alarm spell at some of those points that we had established, like that hole, the stream. And I think that's just going to be part of his patrol. It's just he'll keep casting those alarm or placing those alarms at those instances.
Okay, what are you looking for? Anything, or what's the triggering?
Well, the trigger is any creature that, crosses the area that's not part of our party that we established.
Okay.
Would set off a mental ping, mental alert. And that's just at the that hole we established that we
Mhm.
found in the sealed part.
Yeah. So when you get back, or even not even when you get back, when you set the ping off, you get a ping from the one by the water.
Omer and Zazzle, one of my alarms went off. We should go check it out. Make sure no horrible creature from the depths has come up to devour us.
All right. So
To the cat bus.
yeah. So you take the miniature cat bus. He struggles.
Cat
Carry all of you.
bus. It's like perching on a Matchbox car.
You get up here, and what you see is a normal sized rat, and he is kind of going through some of the old supplies that were left there. And when he sees you come up or hears you, like you get a little close enough, you see him. He kind of scuttles away, and he into one of the things. He's a very a normal rat, not a giant rat. Nothing, very very small. So you would assume that if you do these alarm spells and it's for any creature, these things are probably going to keep setting them off, because there are definitely creatures around here, but just not.
I cast Fireball on the rat.
No, Wizard Claus
Top-
wiggles his butt and crouches, wanting to pursue, but he gets a hold
Yeah.
of his cat impulse and
Mhm.
just watches it retreat. Yes, well, I do see some problems with setting alarms, but can never be too safe.
Mhm.
Is there a
You
way
can-
to do it like high enough that
And you can also
Rat
set
won't get in.
you set the trigger of the alarm, I believe, right? Or is it any creature? I think it's you set it, right?
Let me just double check the parameters of alarm. It's not a spell I use regularly. Unwanted intrusion. So I guess that's highly subjective.
Yeah.
Whenever a tiny or larger creature tests.
Yeah, so it's a tiny creature. So I'll say it's a 1 mile of the warded area. I'll say that even though you're always within 1 mile of anywhere else because it is 1 mile across. So even at just to make sure that this spell doesn't do it.
Oh yeah, because we changed how big the map
was. So it everything is within a mile, but it loops around. It does. You're always within a mile of any other area.
Yeah. Well, I guess this does say unwanted intrusion, and you can designate which creatures. I think he would just craft the parameters of the spell after this time to include most normal rodents and cave denizens.
Yeah, cockroaches, maybe even more. If you see or anything like that, any normal, non-aggressive, tiny animal, which would make sense. I'm sure that's something wizards have run into a lot doing the spell. If every single, bat or rat or mouse set it off, or just like a wandering cat or dog, I could imagine that you can do that with your expertise in wizardry. So after it does that, you redo the spells. Are you going to walk back?
And then created a rift where suddenly all of these animals get transported from another plane. We have a Spider-Man Homecoming situation.
Yes, for sure.
You can't rewrite these spells. This doesn't. That's what I've learned.
So we already walked forever. Do you guys just want to rest here for a while? My feet are killing me.
Sure, we could.
We made it almost all the way around.
That makes sense. Maybe we could do a quick fire at this old camp.
Do you know how to do message?
Rest for a moment.
Wizard claws?
Nope.
Okay. I don't think. Hang on, let me look. I don't know if I do either. Send a message back to the guys.
It has to be. Yeah, the message has to be. It's very shorter range too. It's only 250 feet. So
what?
Yeah,
I'm looking for a cell phone.
I'm gonna try to
double check, but I'm pretty sure
fire here. So
I don't know if I have it anyway.
The range is 120 feet for message, so yeah, you're not gonna. And it blocked by 1 foot of stone. So yeah,
and there's a lot of foot of stone. Okay,
Wizard Claws just writes a note and ties it to Fiona.
Oh, smart.
And sends it.
Yeah, I don't want them freaking out if we don't make it back. Thinking one of us broke our leg or something.
Do you? So you're just gonna rest here?
Yeah, my feet are tired.
Okay.
We made it almost all the way around and then had to come all the way back.
So you camp here. I'm assuming that the other wards you hadn't changed yet because you have to be with them, or can you change the wards from? Because you have to touch it, right, for alarm.
I'm sorry. What was? I don't quite understand the question.
So the other alarms that you set,
they have an 8-hour duration.
Yeah, and you have to be within 30 feet. So you found out this one, you didn't go back and hit the other alarms, right? And so I would say while you're sleeping, you get another alarm from that hole. Because you
in the same hole or a different hole?
No,
the one that we
that
found
big
before.
hole, not the water hole, the other hole.
Over in Zazzle, another alarm went off, but I think it might be just another critter.
Yeah, I mean, more than likely, right? Nothing has ever happened down here.
Nothing ever.
Nothing ever happens.
Yes, maybe if we while we wait, rest for a few minutes, they'll all be tripped by some small little animals. We can go around and dial in your more powerful version.
Yes, let's take a nap first.
Okay, so who's staying up, or you all sleeping at the same time?
Well, Wizard Claws was going to, as a ritual, cast his luxuriant hut of luxury.
What?
Yeah.
It's Learman's tiny hut.
Learman's tiny hut.
I think I have that too. We need to fucking.
Well, I figured because he's a cat, and cats like to be safe when they're sleeping.
Does make more sense.
And so a 10-foot radius mobile dome of force springs into existence around us. I don't think he actually casts it, though, with he doesn't really understand the differences in sizes, so it might be a little cramped for Umran.
Yeah, so it's not 10 foot for you. It's probably more like 4 or 5 feet.
He doesn't need a lot of space, but it is safe.
Okay, we're all
Um,
crammed in this little thing.
Yeah. So is anybody staying? I
Can
guess
things leave the circle?
you.
Yes, you can
Like the
leave it if you
campfire
want.
smoke? Can it leave the circle so we don't asphyxiate ourselves?
Creature
You-
and object.
You don't
oh,
need the campfire inside Liamon's tiny hut. It is comfortable and can be dimly lit from the inside, and but
Mhm.
it's opaque from the outside. So I'm not going to make you suffocate because
Okay.
no, smoke can't escape. But you would know that enough that you don't need the campfire. So like it's around the campfire, but the campfire is unlit. You guys are inside. You know that only you guys can get through. Nobody else can get through. You guys can come and go as you wish. You can see out of it. Nothing can see you inside. So are you guys all just taking your 8-hour rest now? After that, you get Fiona comes back with a note that he just redrew the note and he said, he says affirmative or some okay, which is German, all correct.
Okay. I like the way
I think of a
to
German
create the
thing.
Gorman Empire based off the German Empire. He just changed one vowel. It did take me
Hey,
a little while to
Why
actually notice
don't
that.
don't
Did you listen to our episode on reskinning?
Yeah.
Or something?
don't make things work harder than you need to is the key.
Don't make things work more harder than you need to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
write it down.
as
Put it
the
on a
saying
shirt.
goes.
Put it on
Well,
a shirt.
Speaking of working more harder, Fiona actually goes back to and hangs out at the campfire at the home base.
Okay, so after she returned with you the note, she heads back, right?
Yep, she does.
Okay. So she can go. How fast can she go? Can she travel pretty quick?
She moves at her normal movement speed. Like for
I just want to
what
know,
she-
like, is it because we said it would take her 2 hours to go back? So is this like a 8-hour event? of
well,
you
I
getting
guess
these
if
messages
she's
and
trying to
stuff?
go over deliver a note, she's probably like at the running speed,
Yeah,
dashing speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe even she turned into like a bat.
yeah. She's not. You guys are when you're doing the inspection, you guys aren't walking it like your normal 30. Because you are like taking your time and looking. So like,
Right.
I would
Sounds
assume
right.
that if you wanted to run back there, you could probably do it in. How fast could you run? Because it's 1 mile now from where you are. You're about halfway there.
7
So if
minutes.
Yeah, you could do it in, you guys are all athletes. So let's say 7 to 10 minutes based on.
I run it in 10 and I'm not an athlete.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we'll say just for the sake of speed, she turned into a little bat because that's appropriate
Yeah.
for the cave and can fly.
So it's over 40. So you did all this within like the first half an hour of you being here where you sent the note. She came back with the note saying, okay, affirmative. And then she flew back to the cave. So
Yeah, and she's
so you
just gonna
guys-
hang out up there.
she's hanging out there with them. So that all happened within 30 minutes before you even had I'll say even before you had the hut or while you were making the hut and doing all that stuff. So,
Sounds
and then
good.
after she was gone, that's when you got the warning,
Bing.
cause it's just while you're kind of sleeping and relaxing, you get that little ding.
Cool.
So you guys are all just taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, why don't you, I guess, you hit yourself a full rest? So I don't know. I don't think anybody needed any.
I've not done
spell slots.
I've not done it.
You guys haven't done
Not done
anything.
shit. I use some spell slots, which I'll restore.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys are sleeping. Yeah. So, so you wake up. And I don't know who's the first one to wake up. We'll say. Why don't you decide
Probably the
between
cat.
yourselves? The cat.
The cat.
Cats don't sleep
Cats
that
are early
long.
risers. They come and wake my ass up pretty
All right.
freaking early in the morning.
So you wake up. You have still. Let's say, even though the duration for Tiny Hut is only 8 hours, it's not going to like disappear immediately when you're done with your full rest. So you probably have about like 20 minutes left of Leomin's full hut. When you start to get up, and then you wake up and you kind of look outside. And you have dark vision and all that fun stuff, and you can see out, and you see that there is a giant scorpion outside, and he's just feasting on one of the rats. He's caught one of the rats, and he's just sitting there nibbling, nibble.
He done catched it, boys. Damn.
That was
Yeah.
it. How
I didn't see that
dare
coming.
you? That was my cue. It's very rude.
Yeah.
He Wizard Claws softly walks onto Umran's chest and starts bopping at his face with his paw.
Oh God, Infernal Cat. What
All right.
is it?
As soon as you make that sound, because I believe it can sounds go through.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure they can.
Yeah. So as soon as you make some sounds like that, and he wakes up because he doesn't know, you see that the giant scorpion is looking at you. I'm assuming you made it like rock colored. But also he's a stupid idiot. He doesn't know any. He just can't see any movement. He doesn't see anything. He doesn't think this big giant circular dome is weird, but he's just looking, and you got his attention. He knows something's there. He just can't see it. So continue on with your role play.
What is it that you want? I like pick the cat up and set it on a rock next to me.
Wizard Claws turns his head toward the giant scorpion.
I'm trying to sleep. I really hate being woken up like that. Only wake me up if there's some kind of danger or like something's attacking you. I'll go crawling all over, and I'm just kind of like grumbling and like roll back over to go back asleep before I see the scorpion on the other side of the water. Oh, and I just start like kicking Zyzel, who's still sleeping there.
What the? Oh, come. Oh, I know. Come on,
Shh,
man.
quiet, Zyzel. Look.
Well, I don't know what you. Oh,
At this point, he's like tapping on the dome with his little like
It's just like all
sensors of his
close.
feelers. He's like, "The fuck is this?"
What?
I say, if we expect to do something, we have about 10 minutes left to do it in before magical protection fades away.
Can you shoot spells through this wall?
I could if I could actually shoot spells.
No, the only thing that's getting out of this wall is your arrow bolts. We're going to have to leave. And Umran is like, well, I guess that leaves us another option. And he's going to pop the cork out of his potion of speed and chug it down.
Nice.
Potion of speed.
Yeah, let's get lit.
So here's what we do. I'm going to make a run for it. The beast chases me. I engage. You slip away. And by slip away, I mean behind me, and then you both obviously fight.
So we have it like. Wait a minute. So like, it's you run away. It follows you. We follow it, and then we fight it.
The point being, I'll go first.
Okay. Go
So you
first.
don't get hurt.
I like this plan.
Draw his ire.
All right. So what's your speed with the and how long does it last?
Okay, so I get haste from the potion of speed.
Mhm.
So it lasts up to 1 minute.
Yeah.
Speed is doubled, so I'm at 80. I get +2 to my AC.
Okay.
Ooh.
I have advantage on dex saving throws and an additional action every turn.
Okay.
That can only
What-
be used for attack, disengage, hide, and use object.
Okay. Because I could enhance your ability a little bit and give you advantage on constitution checks. And you also gain 2d6 temporary hit points. I don't know if this is metagaming, but typically scorpions are poisonous.
That is not metagaming. You scorpions, you can. That is why they have a stinger.
To sting you with
To
poison.
sting you with poison. Every scorpion is.
Thought
at
it was
least
just a
somewhat
little
poison.
poker. Little poke. Because pokes
That is-
hurt.
You know.
Why you gotta be
Yeah.
all extra?
Yeah, so actually he will expend a level 3 spell slot. He hops onto Umran's shoulder and to Zyzel and gives them Bear's Endurance.
Ooh.
And they kind of look a little bearish now. Maybe a little furrier, a
Yeah.
little stockier.
So for the listeners, why don't you tell us what Bear's Endurance does?
Well, so this comes from enhanceability. You touch a creature and bestow upon it a magical enhancement. Choose one of the following effects, and it gains this until the end of turn. It's a 1 hour concentration spell, so concentration's in play.
Mhm.
Bear's Endurance gives the target advantage on Constitution checks. It also gains 2d6 temporary hit points, which are lost when the spell ends. There's other options too, but we're not going to get into that.
Mhm.
So let me roll 2d6. You gain additional 10 HP to both of you.
Nice.
And anytime you roll a con check while the spell's active, you have advantage on it.
Perfect.
But try not to get stung.
All right. So as you're going around, he's constantly moving around.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell me, Umrin, if you're going to make a break for it, where do you want him to be when you take a break for it? He's looking around the dome and just tapping. So he's even like climbing on it sometimes where he's around. So whenever you tell me where the scorpion is when you take a break for it. He can be anywhere. I would assume as far away from you as possible.
I
There
see.
you go.
Yeah, no, if he's there, that's fine. I'm going to go. I'm going to dash out the. Well, I guess I don't need to. I have haste. I'm going to run out the right hand side.
Mhm.
So I'm going to come I've got 80, which can get me pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to run this direction.
All right. So it's just a chase. I'm not going to do this in initiative unless I have to. But you are easily outrunning this guy with haste. Like he's about not metagaming. You can run twice as fast as him.
Okay.
His speed is.
Perfect.
You could tell that his speed is 40, and your speed is now 80. So I don't know if you want to just run at your full speed or just make sure that you outpace him for the full minute.
I'm going to run until I can get into the entrance, and since I'm outpacing him, when I have an opportunity to turn with 10 feet of movement between us, I'm going to turn around and charge. Yeah. So once he gets across this little lake on the other side, I'm turning and charging back in with Charger.
All right.
On him.
Now let's all roll for initiative because now initiative matters. So
Woohoo.
16.17 for Zizal.
Yep.
Oh, and then Lord Wizard Claws was 17.2.
There we go.
All right. Now let's put them in order. And the Giant Scorpion just went because that's when you waited to do your rush. And I'm going to have you. It's going to be your turn.
We decided that it was going to be in the hallway, blocking our exit.
I mean, he decided.
When he gets to the other side of the watery lake area, I will be in the hallway, turning around and charging back. I need a minimum of 10 feet. I don't really care as long as I can get that 10 feet.
Gotcha.
And he's on the other side of the water away from the party.
So we are in the initiative order now. Umrin, it is your turn. And so you're going to do Charger. All right. Well, give me the attack roll.
Find some battle music.
Good Lord, how does one attack roll?
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I needed to find my new guy on here.
That is an 11. I will tell you right now that is a miss. So.
I get a +5 bonus. Oh, that's to the damage roll. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's still a. Unfortunately, yeah. So you go to charge him, but he's kind of. You're not used to charging something that's low, even though he's a large creature. He's very low to the ground. So you go to charge, and there's just nothing shoulder height for you, and it just trips you up just enough that you just. You try to adjust your body, but you don't do it in time, and so you are there now.
So I follow up with an automatic unarmed strike from my extra attack with a 25 to hit.
25 is absolutely a hit.
I hope so.
So 7 damage.
All right.
I'm gonna spend a key on stunning strike, so he needs a Constitution save of 13.
All right, let's see what his con save is. It is 13 exactly, so he does save. He's got a +2 to con. Shouldn't tell you that, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so you are. So that was all of your attacks. Does Charger take? Because you have double attack, right?
Yes.
does Charger replace both of your attacks, or is that just when you do an attack? When you use your action to dash. Oh, you use your action to dash. So you couldn't use a double attack because you use your action to dash. Okay, and you use your bonus action to make a melee weapon attack. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
but extra
Yes.
attack comes from my martial arts skill. So I want to spend a key again. No, wait, I didn't have to spend one yet for extra attack. I'll spend one for flurry of blows.
I believe for Flurry of Blows is a bonus action, correct? Or is that? Am I
It
making that up?
is.
Yeah. So the
Oh,
bonus
Charger's
action
a bonus action.
Yeah. So you did
Okay.
your
Monks are hard.
dash was your action. Bonus action was your attacks.
So I also have haste though, so I get one extra action.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So for another action, I'll attack again with the wizard staff. 26
you
to
get
hit.
and you get a double attack on this one as well, because that's just a normal attack. So 26 hits. You do 7, and the 19 hits.
Damn.
7.
And 7 again. So you can see that you are immediately on this thing with your hasted ability. Even though you missed the first attack, you're able to squeak out another attack, a round of attacks, which for you is 2, and both of them connect. I mean, he's not hard to hit, but his armor's pretty hard. But with you're bludgeoning, it seems that you're doing his chitinous armor. It's doing some damage. You see that it's starting to crack, and it's affecting him. He's not immune to it.
I'm going to spend a key for stunning strike again. Focusing my blow towards, like its eyes or something.
Yeah, second key used, and he needs to roll a Constitution save, correct?
Correct.
All right, let's get him a con save. Last time he barely this time he missed it. So so what happens? All right, so tell me what happens when he fails his stunning strike save.
Yeah, I'm going to focus in as much as I can on its eyes. So that way when the strike comes down, it's disoriented and also has to take a moment to, kind of cradle its face because it's a really sensitive area and blinking and, hoping that it can't, basically is so stunned by that it can't pay attention as everyone else tries to flee or scramble out of the hidden hut.
Okay. So it is successfully stunned.
And I'll yell, "Go now!" to the party.
Right. So it was his turn. He's stunned. It is now Lord Wizard Claw's turn. You have a stunned creature. He's not really blocking the path. You can go around him. As you see, there's a big enough area off to the side.
Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Clipping. So he'll put himself, that's as far as he can go while running. He is going to turn and sling off a mind bite since the thing is stunned. He
Okay.
needs to make a DC 14 intelligence throw.
Oh, that's gonna hit. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
You never know. You
His
never know.
his
This is the smartest scorpion in the cave.
This
Let me
is
just
Head
check
Scorpion.
stun does anything. No, he just fails strength and dexterity saving throws.
Just strength and dex, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I will roll an intelligence check for him. I will tell you he has a -5 on his intelligence checks.
That's fortunate.
That is fortunate.
But he did roll a 14, but it's
Yeah.
down to a -5. Or -5 brings it down to a 9, so I'm guessing he fails.
Yep, he just takes so while he's stunned, I think Wizard Claws just kind of invades his psyche and starts doing some psychic damage. It also takes 1d4 from its next saving throw before my next turn.
All right. Noted. So, yeah, you can see that his brain is, it's this giant, he's like a dinosaur. He's got that walnut brain, and the force of this mind bite is just, there's not a lot of brain there to do damage on, but it definitely, you can see that he's already stunned. Now he's a little bit dazed, not actual dazed, but flavor dazed, and you can tell that he's hurt on the inside and he's hurt on the outside. He is not doing well in terms of D&D. We would say that he is now bloodied, because I think that I like that from the 4th edition.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty obvious, like when something's below half health, you can tell that he's starting to waver. His legs are not as strong. He's starting to slump a little bit. Zizal, it is your turn.
All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Shit. What's your run speed, Chris?
Wizard Claw's run speed is 40 because he's a cat.
I can't get.
You can
Mine's
dash.
25. Yeah, but then I can't do shit.
It's trade
So
off.
I will let you know you can go in and out of that hut, and you can split a move action. Hint.
Smart. Okay, yeah, I thought the hut popped.
No, because you did it right before. You still had about like 8 minutes, or I'd say like you have like 1 minute. So if you can't beat this guy in, let's say, 10 rounds,
yeah. We got bigger problems.
yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna pop out, shoot him with my little bow thingy.
Okay.
Where's my?
Can you not shoot from inside the hut?
You cannot.
Oh, I thought you could.
No.
I'm gonna ricochet this thing and hit me in the thigh. Where is it? Hand crossbow. And oh no.
Yeah, spells or other magical effects can't extend through or cast through it.
Yeah,
Creatures and objects within the dome, you can move through
you
it freely.
can. I know it seems
Whatever.
hard, but I would say probably not.
You can just stick your hand out.
Yeah, you can. Always, that's the thing, is you can stick your hand out and cast it. It is a magical +1 crossbow too, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I did.
We'll have I'm sure we'll have a debate, but I think if you could just sit there and peg something from inside there, that's super powerful. But that seems like every combat, that's what you would do: is cast it, and all your like arrow guys.
Yeah. How long does it take to cast, though?
Well, it takes a minute to cast if you're casting it as a spell, so it's not viable in combat, and it takes 10 minutes to cast as a ritual.
Maybe it is. We'll have a discussion on that afterwards. But
Yeah.
for this one,
I mean,
it
we're
doesn't
not
really
trying to
affect
really...
you because you can run and then run back in. So it's this essentially the same
It's
thing.
essentially the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I missed.
Yes, you did. Yeah, it just clinks off of his hard carapace. Like the angle was wrong, even though your crossbow bolts are magical. It just hit his back carapace and just kind of clinks off to the side. Are you moving back in?
Yeah, I can't really do much.
All right, Umran, it is your turn. You have a dazed Scoprian.
So I'm going to start off with a strike with my wizard staff for a 22 to hit.
That hits.
10 bludgeoning damage. I'm going to spend a key for Flurry of Blows as my bonus action.
Okay.
Um,
Well, you have a second attack too, also before Flurry. Or no, you're turning. Does Flurry of Blow turn your second attack into something else? No, I see Eric. Okay, so
I get 2 unarmed strikes after I finish my attack action.
okay,
So it was a 15 on the second staff attack.
all right. 15 for this guy. Let's double check, but I believe his armor is 15, so you hit.
Ooh, really?
Mm-hmm. So 5.
5.
All right.
So then unarmed 8.
And your knee just glances off his hard shell.
Yeah. And then again
Another one.
16 hits.
16 is a hit for your unarmed.
So
Yeah.
I will use another key for Hands of Harm.
All right. So 4th key.
So necrotic damage equal to 3 rolls of my martial arts die because he is incapacitated.
Oh,
So 5 plus I'm at a D6, yeah. D6, 3D6.
that's
Dead.
exactly how much health he had.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a bummer roll. 2 1s. I got 6 plus
Oh my
5,
God.
Yeah.
11,
Oh, yeah.
20, 27 or something for that round.
So he had 52 health when he started. You had him down to exactly half, 26, and in one round, if you add up all the damage, you did 26 damage, I believe. 6, 5, you did 21. Did I do it wrong? Maybe you had 20. No, because also Zizal's
26.
20. Yeah, 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 10. Yeah, exactly 26.
I
So
did
it's-
exactly
26
half
damage.
both rounds. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah. Zizal helped with the 5, but you did almost all the damage. You're once again the combat carrier for this team. So this giant scorpion, with the final blow, you just crush his carapace right by like his brains are, and he just flattens out like you squashed a big bug. And you could tell that he's not like this is not what they were worried about from like the Black Depths. This is just like he was out hunting. And he probably really wouldn't have bothered you guys if you guys would have been quiet. He probably would have ate his stuff and left on. But that's what he had. I mean, it's a survival of the fittest, and he was not as fit. So you
Well, now I
have
feel bad.
so you have a dead rat and a dead giant scorpion.
Any way to perhaps salvage some poison from this scorpion?
Yes, you have to go underneath the stinging pod and remove its poison duck sac.
Yeah, because he wasn't actually able to sting you, so he still has all of his poison dex sac. So why don't you give me a dex save or a dex check and a nature check, because you got to know where it is and have good enough hands to extract it. So anybody can. Who wants to do it first? Because you only get one chance.
Well, I said, could Wizard Claws assist because he knows alchemy as well?
Yeah. So you're assisting in both.
Yeah, if it's two different, if it's a dex check and separately another check, he can lend some assistance to Umran.
All right. Why don't you go? So
Okay, nature check first.
So I'll give you the 15. You have advantage, and then so that's your nature check. So you are able to understand where he is. You know, with Lord Wizard Claw's help, where the sack is supposed to be. Now let's see if you can get it. So this one is even with his aid, he can't really aid that much with doing the actual physical damage. He's able to do a little bit, but you're able to, with a 10, you're able to extract a bit of poison, but not as much as you'd want. I'd say you now have enough
I thought he
poison.
got advantage on both checks with Wizard Claws helping. Is that not?
You can't. I mean,
No, I'm sorry. I thought we had said that from the.
yeah,
from the
no,
outset.
I guess so. Yeah, I was about to say, how would you do it? But with your claw, you can definitely like help him hold some things, so he'll have an advantage on both.
Hold on a sec.
Well, I imagined it like maybe as Umran's trying to work, Wizard Claws is using his magic paws to kind of hold the tail into position or something.
Can I use my poisoner's kit? Would this count as crafting poisons to make or craft or use
Yes.
poisons?
Well, you'd have to extract this. You have to extract the thing first, and now that you have the sack, so you do have the sack. It comes out with the 19. You have the full.
Cool.
Yeah. So with your poisoner's kit, you can definitely craft poison. It's going to take a little bit of time. You can do it the next time you rest.
Nice. That's what I was hoping.
We'll roll for that. And with a successful poisoner's craft alchemy check, I'll let you roll a 1d4 if you success, and that's how many rounds of the poison you could get out of it.
I'll do that back at camp or something later.
Yeah, next time. Or next time you rest.
This should prove useful.
So
let's put this rat situation.
So you're gonna eat that rat? You're gonna eat that rat?
I mean, there's perfectly good rat that's here. I mean, you didn't even have to work for it, although he would have preferred to hunt.
Delicious rat meat. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys wanted to do. Liam
Well,
and Tiny Hunt is now gone.
Pop. That was a good pop sound. I was wondering, maybe this is a good time to break for the episode.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
that would be beneficial for me. I could get a jump start on some things.
Yeah,
So I'm not opposed.
absolutely.
That's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already, and head over to plus1togaming.com for more live discussions, actual plays, character creation tips, and more. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.